Sarve Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukhamapnuat. Let all be happy, let all be free from ailments, let all be blessed with the vision of truth, beauty and goodness, let misery touch none. Revered Swami Dibbananda ji, very dear, my esteemed colleague, Swami Balabhadrananda ji, Swami Tattvavidananda ji, revered elders, other respected monks, very beloved brahmacharyans, and very, very dear our young delegates attending this Pan-Indian historic convention. Historic, I say, because this convention is associated with 125th of Ramakrishna mission at a global level. Now, Ramakrishna mission is an offshoot, should I say, of the Ramakrishna Vivekananda movement at large. Ramakrishna Vivekananda movement, crystallized in the form of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna mission, is both a historic necessity and a divine mandate, divine complicity. Historic necessity, why? We can very well find that when Ramakrishna was born, 1936, the scenario in our society, the condition of the have-nots, the people whose tears were never accounted for, the downtrodden, the women, and also the people at large and the mankind at large. Sri Ramakrishna came to change this scenario, which is why we find that Sri Ramakrishna has expressed to his disciples, which later on have been recorded by Swami Suvirananda ji, the first biographer of Sri Ramakrishna, in a book called Leela Prasanga in Bengali, which later on was translated and titled as The Great Master. What does Suvirananda ji depict about Sri Ramakrishna's statement about the onset or the incoming Ramakrishna movement? Sri Ramakrishna has told in his inimitable style many things about it. To be very brief about it, we can certainly recollect, ruminate to what Sri Ramakrishna said. He said, he went to the undivided zone, saw 7 rishis absorbed in deep meditation. He went to one of those rishis, assuming the form of a small boy. The rishi to whom he particularly went was in deep meditation, obviously closing his eyes. This boy went. The rishi saw this boy. In the twinkling of an eye, and accosted him to be his chosen ideal. And then, of course, Sri Ramakrishna clasped his neck, the neck of the rishi, and very affectionately, very fondly told, I am going to the earth, you also come. And Sri Ramakrishna says, immediately after then, something luminous I saw emanating from his body and going to the world. Now, after seeing Narendra, I can very well accost, he was that rishi. Now, the seed of Ramakrishna movement took its pace right from that day. Later on, we find, standing on the courtyard of the Dakshineshwar in 1863, 12 January, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, my man Friday has come. My man Friday has come. My lieutenant has come. The man who will work out my mission has come. 12 January 1863. And when somebody encounters Ramakrishna, how do you know that your man has come? Sri Ramakrishna told that I saw a bright, illumined, straight line emerging from the body of Vishwanath and touching the soil of the house of Vishwanath Datta, the attorney of Kolkata. And that was, you all know, hardly deserve mention, the birthday of Narendranath in this modern world. That is why I say it was a historical necessity, which of course requires a lot of time to be discussed properly. And then, as I have told you, it was a divine complicity. Why divine complicity? This Ramakrishna movement, briefly Ramakrishna Math and mission that we see today, is outcome of a divine mandate. Outcome as consummation of different streams of sadhana. On the first hand, if we look at this, we find Sri Ramakrishna practicing lot of sadhana in different religions. If somebody really asks anyone that who is the most perfect Muslim during last 200 years, perhaps people will say it is Ramakrishna. If somebody asks someone that who is the most perfect Christian during 200 years, perhaps the same name will be uttered by mankind today. And then, if somebody again asks that who is the most perfect Hindu during 200 years, again the name is Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna practiced. The first man, the first sadhaka, the first human being who practiced all the religions, reached end of it and declared before the world, Yoto mat tato pat. And all paths are true. All paths lead to the same goal. Which is why Sri Ramakrishna believed in inclusion. Sri Ramakrishna believed in tolerance, and not only tolerance, as Swamiji put it in Chicago, acceptance too. Which is why we find that this consummation of his sadhana, which was a parliament of religion, which is a parliament of religion. Somebody told that his life was a living demonstration of parliament of religion. Sri Ramakrishna's life. Now, this parliament of religion is one great reason why Ramakrishna mission, Ramakrishna Math, Ramakrishna movement was in its way of both glasnost and perestroika, to put it in Russian language, as far as the Indian scenario was concerned. It started a new mission. We had a new man, a new religion, a new scripture. Swamiji himself says, And then, from another point of view, this is a gospel, this is a saga of sadhana from different points of view, from different angles, from different mindset to accommodate one and all. The people who came and went back, the people who were there, the people who will come tomorrow and will go, and still more people will come, all are Sri Ramakrishna's. Sri Ramakrishna was of all, is of all. Now, what are these sadhana again? Apart from the traditional sadhanas that we find in Sri Ramakrishna had to go through. That sadhana, Sri Ramakrishna is not the only sadhaka, the second phase of sadhana. In the second phase of sadhana, we do not find Sri Ramakrishna as the only sadhaka. There are many stakeholders. To name briefly, Bhavatarini's sadhana of making Gadadhar Chattopadhyay Sri Ramakrishna 100%. Second, Sri Ramakrishna's sadhana of realizing and having the vision of the Divine Mother Bhavatarini. Sadhana to speak to her, talk to her, get confidence, counseling, guidance from her. And then if we look at Ma Sarada, Mother Sarada, it was a sadhana of Sri Ramakrishna, of Sarada Devi of Jairambati, and to elevate her to the status of Vishwajanoni. This is again another sadhana. Sarada Devi's sadhana to Sri Ramakrishna proved that I have not come here to drag you to the world. I have come here to help you in your religious sojourn, in your spiritual journey. And then the most important, Ramakrishna sadhana of Narendranath, later on Vivekananda. And Vivekananda sadhana of Sri Ramakrishna. All these sadhanas coupled together was the reason why Ramakrishna movement was born. And from its nascent stage till today, we find Ramakrishna mission, Ramakrishna movement, Ramakrishna Math, everything is spreading so well. We see ripples in the Pacific Ocean. We saw ripples in the Atlantic Ocean. We see ripples even in Indian Ocean, Arabian Ocean, everywhere. And very recently, we have seen ripples, even that notorious river, Huang Ho, which is so notorious for drought. And his drought-stricken river, Huang Ho, also sees a new tide, and that tide is Vivekananda tide, Ramakrishna tide. That's why we today, after listening to the deliberations, so well thought, well meditated, well responded, well said throughout 2 days, many things have been said. Almost all the apparent reasons for why we are here and what we should carry with us from here today has been discussed. So what to discuss today as concluding remarks? Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, this movement, so to say, is infinite. It doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end either. But still, I personally feel that, when we speak of Vivekananda's experience to the youth, what do we think about? We think about that Vivekananda, who is so categorical, very pointed in his aspiration to the youth. We read Vivekananda, and we have our own conclusions according to our metabolism. This is subjective, but we have at least one objective aspiration expressed by Vivekananda himself to his disciple. It was in the precinct of Belur Math. Swamiji was walking with his disciple. You know the name of his disciple. Many of you must be knowing Sharat Chandra Chakraborty, conversation of the master with the disciple. Now, once in a mood of inspiration, Sharat Babu prayed to his master. What did he say? Sharat Babu said, Swamiji, please bless us. Please bless me. And what did Vivekananda say? Did Vivekananda bless him that you be a multinational, a multimillionaire? Did Vivekananda bless him that you become this, that? No. Vivekananda was very candid, very categorical, very specific when he said, in Bengali, of course, he said, Shraddhavan hao, Vidyavan hao, Atmagyan labh karo, Parohitayo jivan path karo. You be endowed with this Shraddha. Shraddha is a word, as Atma Priyanandaji was telling this morning. Swamiji has said there is one Sanskrit word which can't be translated into English, and that is Shraddha. Anyway, be endowed with that Shraddha. And Swamiji also says, be endowed with valor. Valor of 4 levels. Physical, then valor of vital energy, mental, intellectual, and last but not the least, maybe spiritual. These are the phases of what we call valor. And Swamiji wanted each one of us, Swamiji wanted each young boys and girls, Swamiji wanted each young man and woman to be endowed with this valor. And then Swamiji says, Atmagyan labh karo. You know yourself, know thyself is the mission. We all are in the same way, same path leading to the same goal. Everybody is marching towards feet of God, either consciously or unconsciously. And that's why it is the target, the goal of every human being. He knows it or he doesn't know it. You give your fire in hand knowingly or little bit unconsciously, the effect is almost the same. You reach the millennium, and then Swamiji says, sacrifice and dedicate of your life for the good of others, bahujana sukhayo, bahujana hitayo. This was the aspiration of Swami Vivekananda to the youth, to be very precise. Now, what exactly is Shraddha? We call Shraddha. Shraddha is bowing down. Shraddha is brute submission. Shraddha is unintelligent obedience. Absolutely not. That's why it's very difficult to explain Shraddha. Swamiji himself has told that there is a Sanskrit word which cannot be translated into English, and that is Shraddha. But I will try to reach somewhere nearby. About 75 years ago, Madhavanandaji Maharaj, our General Secretary and also later on illustrious President of Ramakrishna Order, a brilliant person, he used to narrate this story very often, which was published in the Reader's Digest 75 years ago. What was the story all about? There is a ship anchored, and then the ship one day was de-anchored. Ship was going Atlantic Sea, and immediately this ship steamed off. Deck boy slipped and fell into the abyss, into the depth of the Atlantic Ocean. The crew members were divided into two. One group was thinking and telling, okay, we should inform the captain only when we reach the destination, because there is no point in bothering him right now. The boy has fallen into the depth of Atlantic Ocean, and there is no reason why one should feel that he is surviving or he is not dead by now. So what's the point of bothering the captain for nothing? But another group was telling that it is our duty to inform the captain. Let captain decide what to do. And when the dichotomy was resolved between the two groups, it was 60 nautical miles that the ship has gone from the place where it was de-anchored. When this was broken, that the dead boy has slipped and fallen into the depth of Atlantic Ocean, the captain asked them, why you didn't tell it before? Then somebody told that captain, there is no point in telling it, we thought, because the boy must have died immediately after he has fallen. We thought after we reach the next destination, we will tell you. But unlike their expectations, the captain told the co-pilot, well, you take the ship and let us go back to the originating point. Everybody was surprised, nonplussed, because what the captain is telling, there is no possibility of the boy being surviving. Boy must have died. And even then, captain is asking the co-pilot to take the ship 60 nautical miles from there. Anyway, captain's order is captain's order. The ship was taken back, and when the ship was nearing that point where the dead boy slipped, the captain shouted, "Yonder, look yonder." Why? Something black was being seen, and a small cloud. The captain thought that this is the dead boy who is struggling to survive. And life-saving device was thrown. With the help of life-saving device, this boy came back to the ship, but immediately had fallen into swoon. When the boy came back to senses, the captain went stealthily, and then he whispered in his ear, "My boy, why did you struggle to survive? This is Atlantic. How long could you survive with the help of a small club? Why did you struggle to survive at all?" And then this boy, very softly, in a low tone, says, "I knew my captain would come to save me. I knew my captain would come to save me." And the captain of the ship that we are going by, the captain is none other than Swami Vivekananda. That's why we must have conviction of goodness, conviction in spirit and power of goodness, conviction of faith. And if we have, Sri Ramakrishna has told, well, somebody coming to me, he will have the last birth. Mother has told, my child, if you find that there is darkness around, don't get upset. Don't get upset. You think that there is a mother, not a foster mother, not a stepmother either, a real mother. Remember me, and I will be there to help you, to rescue you. And Swamiji Maharaj also, in many times, in many ways, he has assured us that, well, you have lost many human lives. Lose one more hearing my call. But I tell you, I assure you, this is a promise to you. What is the promise all about? If you listen to me, if you sacrifice another birth of yours, listening to me, you know it for certain, I will come down from heaven to take you to your cherished abode. There is no God, no demon who can stop him on the way. And that is Vivekananda. And Ramakrishna, mother, and Swamiji Maharaj taken together is Ramakrishna movement, which has been so nicely, so beautifully said by our mother, Holy Mother. What did she say? When she was in Nilambar Babu's garden house, she said, I had a wonderful vision today. I found Thakur emerging. Then his body is getting merged with the Ganges water, and then Naren has emerged. And I found that with that water, Naren is throwing water, sprinkling water to all over the world and granting salvation, mukti, emancipation to one and all. And that is Ramakrishna movement. And then Swamiji has told, this is what I say is Shraddha. Shraddha is somewhat combination of devotion and faith. And then Viryavan how? Nayamatma balohinena labha. When Swamiji speaks of the strength, he doesn't speak only of the physical strength. Swamiji spoke of Atma Balam. So that Atma Balam has to be there, the strength to sustain, to strength to face the brute. That inner strength, the outer strength must be with you. Then the world will be at your feet. They belongs to you then. And then Swamiji has said, Atmogyan Labh Karo. This has been given a very, very workable, very, very practical shape by Swamiji Maharaj himself. And what is that shape all about? That shape is Atmano Moksharthang Jagadhitayocha. We all are struggling for the moksha. We all are struggling to reach that millennium. Somebody will come sooner and somebody will come after getting a few more kicks from the world. Somebody will get it in the morning and somebody will get it in the evening, but everybody will reach that millennium. Atma Moksha is the ultimate desire of a human individual. And everybody must go there. And Swamiji says, Jagadhitaya cha, Atma Moksha, engrossed in caves or the mountains. Well, this is a well-defined way and method. But then Swamiji has given us a better method. Swamiji says, you do your work for salvation, sadhana for salvation, but you must be in the world, you must not be away from the world. You must be in fire, but will not get burned in the fire. You must be in the world, but you will not be of the world. And that is why you must work out solutions. You must do that, sadhana through seva yoga. Sri Ramakrishna was being told about the tenets of Vaishnava literature. What were these tenets? Jive daya, compassion to the jivas. And Sri Ramakrishna was very, very shocked. He muttered. He said, what rascal you are telling? What nonsense you are talking about? You are a small creature, and who are you to do compassion to another human being? You say puja, you say seva, service to man, worship to man. And Swamiji says work is worship. Every man is potentially divine. He be Joseph, Rahim or Ram, but he is divine. And which is why that divine, that divinity within has to be worshipped through your seva. And then, Devo Bhutva Devang Jajet, you become God. The man whom you serve also becomes God. And that's what Vivekananda spoke of, the dynamic religion. I hope you will excuse me for telling a small anecdote about this as an extension of the meaning of this Shiva Gyane Jiva Shiva. One day, the famous Virendra Krishna Bhadra, When I was a novice, I was in a center, educational center, and Biren Babu used to come to tell stories from the Mahabharata to our boys, and boys liked those stories very well. And I was entrusted with the task of hosting him with a cup of tea, and he used to tell me so many things. So one day he told Maharaj, yesterday there was a banquet in Rajbhavan, Kolkata, and I was invited. I was sitting in a corner in a sofa, and then Jyoti Bose, he saw me from afar. We were children, boyhood friends in the same school, in the primary school, as a primary school student. And Jyoti came and he was ruminating about his past and our boyhood days story. And then I asked a question to Jyoti. I told Jyoti, I hope you don't take it otherwise. Why do you admire Ramakrishna Mission? Because Ramakrishna Mission is essentially a spiritual organization, and you are a Marxist, wherein you practice that religion is opium. In your dogma, God is banished, God is exiled. And why do you admire Ramakrishna Mission? So when I asked for 3-4 times, then Jyoti told, well, you are right, I admire Ramakrishna Mission, I respect Ramakrishna Mission monks. Why? Because they are a balanced diet of the society. Ramakrishna Mission is a balanced diet of the society. What kind of balanced diet and why balanced diet? Balanced diet because they go into deep contemplation and they serve the humanity. They serve them with whatever they need, which is why I call them a balanced diet, and which is why, though I am a Marxist, but I have Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, the Ramakrishna movement, so close to my heart. And this is what Swamiji said, that you serve the living gods. God is there in every human being, and you will get emancipation, you will realize God, you will be elevated, and you will take that man where you got him also to a point of elevation. And this is what is Seva Yoga, and this is the key of the domain of Ramakrishna Sharada Vivekananda. And then again, of course, Atmagana and Jiva Seva, all this you have to do. You are young people, you are studying in schools and colleges, and maybe even you are doing some service, because when we define youth, it may be 18 years to 35 years, and many people will be working, men and women, but doesn't matter, staying where you are. If you always think, if you divinize your attitude, if you interiorize God, if you think that the person whom you are serving is not a person of simple physico-psycho complex, he is much more than that, he is God. It is, man is not man, ignorant call man man, man is essentially God, the supreme God. And that is what Vivekananda told his disciple on the day in the presence of Belur. And when you go back with this idea. We go back with the supreme idea as aspired, as mandated by Swami Vivekananda to me, to you, to everyone around. With these few words, I must thank all of our young friends, our monks, our brahmacharis, our very learned speakers sitting on the dais, all concerned. I must pay my tribute that they have done so much during last 2 days, and still before that, to make this program a grand success. And I am happy to say that whatever I have seen around, whatever I have seen in the morning, whatever I have seen in the evening, everybody is fantastic, so nice. Thank you so very much. Congratulations to all of you. And I must pray to the General of the Army, to which I am a very humble soldier, that He gives you the strength, the grit, the guidance, the courage to take yourself ahead and take another man and take him ahead with you. Thank you so very much.